everyone. This is Anastasia, President of U.S. Harbors. I'm here today with Genevieve McDonald, and she is a powerhouse, a commercial fishing woman and politician in the state of Maine, and we're really excited to talk with her.
My name is Genevieve McDonald, and I live in Stonington, Maine. I'm a commercial fishing boat captain. I run the FB Hello Darlings 2. I'm also a member of the Maine House of Representatives and serve District 134, which is comprised of the majority of the islands in Penobscot Bay and Western Frenchman's Bay. And when I first started fishing, I was single. I was a single woman working as crew. I was traveling away in the wintertime. I went to Florida, I went to Arizona, I went to the Caribbean. You know, I've definitely grown up as a person over the years through the commercial fishing industry. I met my husband, I got married, I had kids, I bought a big boat. I started with a 20-foot skiff. I stepped up to a 32 Holland. And now I'm a mom and I'm in office and I'm doing media interviews like this. I returned to college actually somewhere along the line because I wanted to be able to better facilitate communication between the commercial fishing industry and the scientific community. So it's really been an interesting path and there's been a lot of steps along the way. I am very outgoing. I am an extrovert for sure. I'm very thankful for Zoom right now so that I can continue to talk to people and see people's faces, but I can talk about the fishing industry with anybody, anywhere, anytime, and I think that it's important that commercial fishermen can do so and serve as ambassadors for our industry. It's very important for fishermen and scientists to be able to communicate. There is a barrier, sort of a language barrier between the technical terms that the scientific community can stray towards, which can make it difficult in layman's terms to understand. This is something that I went through, I experienced, I didn't know what they were talking about. And so I wanted to serve as sort of a bridge between these data sets and conversations and the commercial fishing industry. And I like to remind scientists that when you talk at 10,000 feet about these scientific terms, most of us have no idea what you're talking about. So being a commercial fisherman absolutely informed my decision to run for office. I've been the Down East Region Representative on the Maine Lobster Advisory Council since 2014. That really got me involved in advocacy on the state level, testifying in Augusta, going before the Marine Resources Committee. When the representative before me was terming out, he asked me if I would be interested in running for office. And when it was time to file my paperwork, I decided to do it. And what was sort of exceptional about that is that I was also pregnant with twins at the time and decided to go for it anyway. So it's a lot. I mean, I like to have a lot of variety. It's very interesting. I work on a lot of different issues. So there's certainly all of the marine resource issues and everything that comes with that. And that is really the heart and soul of my work and of my district. But then there's all the other issues that we work on in Augusta: rural economy development, affordable health care, public health. I mean, there's a hat for every day and every hour. I got into fishing through a barbet. I'm not a legacy fisherman, but I grew up on an island and I would spend a lot of time when I was a kid down on the pier, basically just being a pest and talking to fishermen, asking questions. I was really fascinated by the commercial fishing industry. I was fascinated by the marine environment and marine ecology. So I started fishing in Blue Hill Bay. And when the season ended, somebody bet me that I couldn't make it as an offshore fisherman out of Stonington. So I came down to Tier Isle and I got a job and I made it through the winter season and the next season and the season after that, and the rest is sort of history. People ask me often what it's like to be a female fisherman, and I always tell them that it's very similar to being a male fisherman, I would imagine. It's exhilarating and rewarding and satisfying and frustrating and nerve-wracking and deeply gratifying. Fishing is a really labor-intensive industry. It's hard, it's dirty, it's not for everybody, man or woman. I have yet to meet a fisherman that was less able to chart a course or tie a knot or set a trap because she was a woman. So Trixie Fish was a really fun project that we did in 2013. And Chix was a play off Chix lobster, which is a lobster that is just over market size. I would have picked a more serious name if I'd realized it was going to get the attention that it did. So in December of 2013, I came in off the boat and I was wet and I was cold and I was annoyed about it. And I was tired of modifying my gear. I was taking, $200 jackets and cutting the ends of the sleeves off so that they wouldn't get snarled up as I was going through the traps, and I was compromising the integrity because I was cutting off the neoprene cuffs, or I was having to hem my pants, and I was having to make modifications to my gear that I didn't think were necessary. And so I put out a call over social media for other female commercial fishermen to send me photos of their ill-fitting gear. And my thought was I would put together a photo documentary and I would send it to Grundens. And, I thought maybe I'd hear from a few women locally, lobstermen off the coast of Maine. I received over 1,000 submissions from all across the nation, all across the world. From that, I realized that there were a tremendous number of women in the industry, many, many more than I had ever realized. And we put together a fantastic presentation. We sent it to Grundens. And so out of this, not only did we get gear that fit and allowed us to do our job safely and efficiently, but I also built this fantastic network of women all around the globe who are in the fisheries. It was just really wonderful to have an opportunity to speak to so many other women. Many of us had been one of an individual or just a few women in our harbors in this male-dominated industry. So it was really a fantastic opportunity to get together and talk about the issues that we're facing, things that were unique to us, raising children while fishing, breastfeeding while fishing. I mean, you have to pump every 2 hours. So how do you do that if you put all day in on a boat? I mean, there certainly are some issues that are unique to women in the industry, not so much how to do your job or run your boat or how to fish, but just sort of these other unique challenges that come with being a woman and balancing your house, your family, and your career. So my day is a lot different now that I'm a mom than it was when I first started fishing. My day starts a lot later than other fishermen because daycare doesn't open until 7 a.m. So I don't get up until 6, which is very different. And it took a while for me to get used to that. No more 3:30. I don't see the sunrise on the water anymore, which is a little disappointing. But at 6, I get up, I get my kids up, I drop them off at daycare at 7. I meet my stern man at daycare because she also has a son who is the same age as my little girl. And then we head to the boat. So luckily, everything happens within a mile from my home. I live close to the shore, close to my mooring, and close to daycare. I'm encouraging my girls to have a love of the water. They come out on the boat now. They have their little life jackets. I have not taken them to haul while we're running gear yet because it's a little more danger than I'm willing to put my 2-year-olds through at this moment, but it will be up to them what path they choose. There's a wide variety of careers on the water. They could become fishermen. They could become marine biologists. They could become merchant marines, anything of interest to them. But I do hope that no matter what, they have a long and abiding love of the sea.